you another journal that I've made, and this is another journal using a large paper bag as a cover, and this one I done a little bit different. I gessoed the outside of the cover, then I used some of this acrylic paint, and the colour is Sea Spray, and I just dry brushed that on, and then I done some stamping on the front and the back. I've laid it up using some vintage ephemera, which has been sewn onto cardstock, and then I distressed all around the edges with the edge of my scissors. I do have the Tim Holtz distressing tool, but I don't know where it is. I'm actually thinking of having a real good clean up of my surface, because it's such a mess. You'd be shocked if you could see the mess. Excuse me. So anyway, I used my scissors to do that, and then went around it with some, I think it was vintage photo, and I've sewn this. This was a tag from ARTYmaze, and that's a freebie on her website and also on her Facebook group called ARTYmaze and Friends. So yes, tag, just chopped off the top part, sewed that onto some doubled coffee dyed paper, and that's what we have. It measures, got it written down, it measures 8 1/4, and in fact it's just a little bit more than 8 1/4 by 5 inches. It has one signature, and there are 68 pages front and back, and I've done this kind of junky style. So there's lots of different things going on, different papers. I would say it is probably like a nature themed, because it has butterflies, flowers, birds, all sorts of ferns, mushrooms, all that kind of stuff going on. So I've left the inside just plain like that. You can cover that over if you like. This will be listed in my shop. And then here I've left the lovely flower book page. Can't really see it on that side, but I thought the flowers were really pretty. So I made some large tags, and I've sewn them onto, I keep all my envelopes, so from like bills and anything else that comes through the door. So I used the inside of the security envelopes. It's got all the dots, so they actually make my eyes funny. So I've sewn that with that facing that way, and this is from ARTYmaze. It's from her ephemera kit. I think it's part two, kit 2. We have a postcard here. I'm just checking them in frame. Some ephemera there. I think that was from Tsunami Rose. And here we have a pocket. I've just used some scraps to make like most of my pockets. And inside there you can see that lovely flower in the background there. I've just used some words. These are from Dreams Etc, and I've just backed them onto cardstock and then onto some digital music paper. We have this large piece of ephemera, which is from Tsunami Rose, and that paper clip is stopping that from going right in. We have a large tag that was already in my stash, obviously made it and then didn't use it for something. The tags have been sewn onto doubled over coffee dyed or tea dyed paper. We have a page here that you can do some journaling on. The papers are tea and coffee dyed, a mixture of both. I've just made a tuck here from some cardstock. Thought that was quite pretty. Some ephemera from Tsunami Rose, as is this. And that just tucks in there. I sat too far away from my desk, so I have to shuffle forward a little bit. A journaling card, which I can't remember where I got that from, but it is a digital. That's been sewn onto doubled over coffee dyed paper. This is vintage music paper. Some ledger here. I've got a bingo card that's been just paper clipped onto this lined paper, and then here we have another one of these tags from well, it's not a tag, it's just one of ARTYmaze's background papers, and I've just cut it up and made it into a tag, and again that's been sewn onto coffee dyed paper. So I wanted to show you this die, because for the life of me I cannot find on there the name of it. And it's I know everybody knows what it is. It's the Tim Holtz one, and do you know what, I don't know what it's called. And I've tried looking on the back, and there's just so much written on the back that I don't know what it's actually called. But it is Tim Holtz. Anyway, is it called Stitched and Slots? I don't know. Anyway, I used that, first time me using that. I've die cut quite a lot of them out, and I've used the negatives for things, but I haven't used the actual die. And these little tags, mini tags, is from ARTYmaze, and she's got these in various sizes. She's got them in the large, and then she's also got them like all small already for you to just print out. I think these are, I find these a little bit tricky to get them in. So they're all these little tickets from ARTYmaze, and let's see, we put them in there. It just takes ages to slot them all through. And we'll set you here and you there. And obviously with that you get you get that piece separate to die cut out, and I've just stamped the word vintage on there. So this page here, a little bit of that was left over, I used on here because it kind of matched that flower, and that's just stuck down with the word love. Here we've just got a tag and some ephemera. So there is lots and lots of journal space. This again is an envelope which I've just cut down and sewed together, and we have some ephemera in the back. It's from Tsunami Rose, and I haven't glued it that side just because it was a little bit tight in there, and I didn't want all the glue to ooze out and stick there. So I've made a tag here, and that goes in there, and then this is a tag from ARTYmaze, the Fern and Mushroom collection. Some more writing paper, that's from Tsunami Rose, and that again is like the printable washi from ARTYmaze. You get that with on a page with some of the tags and some little embellishments, which I've used throughout here somewhere. Here I've just made a tuck spot using butterfly journal card, big tag, little tag, a little journal card there, just paper clipped on. And these papers are ARTYmaze's, what do you call that, Eco-Dine. So I just made some full envelopes with little booklets inside, so you can write things inside there. And that's the little embellishments you get with the Fern and Mushroom kit. So I just made like little stamps and used that as like a stopper or closure, whatever you want to call it. Some vintage book page, as is this. And this is from the old design shop. Centre of the signature. Here we've just got some ephemera and a little tag that I made, and that's just paper clipped on there, and that pops on there too. That flips out. Now these papers are they are vintage, they are old, so they're not really delicate, but you know, they're obviously not as sturdy as like these papers. Another eco-dyed page that I've made into another little full envelope thing, and used one of them to create a little stamp as a stopper or a closure. Here we have another tag that I've made from that paper. Again, it's been sewn onto the envelope with the security side out. Thought that would just be nice to write on there. That's there, another journaling card, and this is actually a pocket as well. We have some ephemera from the old design shop, pops in there, and the mushroom tag from ARTYmaze. Here we have a pocket, there's a little tuck there if you want to use that as a tuck. We've got some ephemera and then some printable music paper. And I've just used some music paper there to decorate that flap. Here we just have another pocket, another tag, and that's on an Edith Holden book page, some ephemera, and this says follow your heart. The other side of this vintage music paper, just folded that over. You could actually glue that and make that a permanent pocket. Some more music paper there, and just like a blank digital postcard. Here I've just used another envelope to make a bigger pocket, and then inside there we have that tag. Got a big tag in the back, and then I've just decorated that with a word and some music paper, and it says be happy, and a bit squished, it says create here, and that's the back page, and we just have a journal card here, a tag from ARTYmaze, and some ephemera from Tsunami Rose, and that's got some glitter on there. It's got a shimmer from the coffee water that I've got, and that is the end. So that's the journal. This, like I said, will be for sale in my shop, and the link will be below. ARTYmaze Tsunami Rose is linked below as well. If you have any questions, just ask, and thanks for watching. Bye.